What is up, guys? It's been a minute. Literally 3 months, I believe, is what it's been. A little over 3 months that it's been a while since, needless to say, I've been on a podcast, let alone doing a podcast episode. Of course, it's been so long that my lighting actually gave out. So, I guess I'll check into that another time. But without further ado, you are listening to the Air Raid Attack podcast. It is your home of the unscripted, unfiltered, 100% authentic podcast. And a lot has gone on in the last 3 months, and we'll talk about that here shortly. But what better way to kick off the Air Raid Attack podcast 2.0 as we head into year 5 with none other than my good buddy from the beautiful state of Colorado, Mr. Clyde D. So, Clyde, first off, what's up, my man?
Oh man, so good to see you again. What are
Dude.
you've been gone for 3 months. Has anything really happened or changed or anything like that in the last 3 months?
Well, a lot has, and so obviously I haven't posted much on Twitter, let alone any social media platform, but a lot has gone on. Back in August, it was the middle of August. I do remember we just started the preseason. Well, hold on one second. Shout out from my good old friend, Mr. Raj from the Herbert Raj podcast.
Oh, nice. What up, Raj?
What's up, Raj? I'm not going to go roll tide. I will this week, but next week it's all Boomer Sooner. Now, you guys may have it easily, probably, I'm sure, next week. And we'll talk that probably next week. But definitely looking forward to seeing Alabama in Norman next week. And, Raj, I'm glad to have you chiming on. What's up? What's up, Clyde? Raj loves you.
That's my guy. Raj is the man.
Raj is the beast.
We're having a better season than Raj. He's a Dolphins fan too.
That's pretty sad.
That's pretty well. It's tough.
It's
tough.
I will say I had Miami winning the AFC East, so I bit my words on that one. But
who will win the? Who's gonna? Oh, Buffalo. Yeah, they're running away with it. Damn it.
Yep. They will choke in the playoffs, so they're not going to go very far after that.
I don't know. We'll see, man. My Super Bowl pick mid-season right now is the Ravens. That's who I think is going to go to this. Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
I'm not sold on Lamar. I don't know. There you go.
I wonder if he likes the cold weather. I don't think he does, man.
I don't think well.
I can't read any of the comments. It's so Rod, small. It's like
you're obviously getting old. He says, "Hell, at this point, I just want Tua to remain healthy. We won't make the playoffs, though."
Yeah. What did you feel like, Raj, when Tua's out there making a tackle after he threw an interception? Like, at least, I mean, he's a football player, right?
I was surprised he made that tackle strictly because of his concussion issues.
Well, just the way he did it too, well, like he dropped his head. Like, what are you doing, buddy?
He's aiming low. He's not aiming high. He's definitely aiming low.
Yeah, I think the defender did made a business call in favor of Tua and didn't run him over. That was awesome. Just kind of guided him out of bounds, thankfully.
But
anyway, right on.
Yes,
what else is going on?
Yes, back in August. Yeah, let's catch up with all the listeners out there, whether you're joining live on YouTube. If you are, you're welcome to post a comment. We will answer them as long as they are. I always say that as long as they're appropriate. But this is the home of the unscripted, unfiltered.
Yeah, they can be inappropriate.
And for the people that out there that tell me, watch what you say. Hey, those days are done.
Yeah, that changed a week ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Those days are done. I can guarantee you that one.
Well, look, I think common sense ruled last week, right? We finally are like, okay, what we cannot do as Americans is give up our free speech. You just cannot do it. And we spoke in massive numbers
Yes.
So I think we're all in agreement that freedom of speech was under attack and has been under attack for quite some time. And it's the speech you don't like that you have to protect. So
Well,
welcome back to the real world.
And the podcast was censored a few times. So, and Clyde was actually part of the one of the episodes we kept getting kicked off.
You don't say. Me running my sock. Like, you know what you do.
For the one episode.
I'm
to get censored.
I want to say I am grateful to my sailor parents that raised me right in bar rooms and pool halls.
Shout out to all the
shout out to the pool hall mamas.
Back.
Like the ones that smoke in the house.
Jesus.
And that's why Generation X wins. Always.
Not Z.
But carry on. What were we talking about? Freedom of speech. First Amendment. Twitter.
Twitter, known as X. You know, Elon Musk is now officially a part of Donald Trump's cabinet.
Isn't that the greatest thing ever?
Man on Earth is a part of the probably, I'm sure, top 5 richest man on Earth, dude, Donald Trump's cabinet.
They say he's going to be a trillionaire.
Oh God, dude, he's banking.
Let me ask you something. How much would you pay if you were Kamala to get Elon's endorsement? Honestly,
it would have to be. Well, here's
but you know how much she paid Beyonce? $10 million, right?
Well, yeah, she paid Beyonce. Obviously, that never worked out. She paid
Lizzo $3 million. Lizzo.
Well, she paid Miss Stallion a buttload of money, and that didn't work out. And
Eminem.
Like, well, did you see that speech? You can tell he didn't want to be up there.
Oh my God! What would you do for $1.8 million? Like, vote for Kamala, boys. Brr.
Elon, he would have to pay. Jokes. I mean, seriously though, Clyde, I'm sure she would have to pay him. Lord Almighty. What
would she be worth? What was that?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what the price
endorsement worth.
Elon obviously isn't a fan of her, and Elon's too smart for all of his anyway combined to begin.
Exactly. With. And he's got access to all of the list, dude, of all the people that were involved with the Twitter files. And now he's in charge of them.
Rod
says, that guy, dude.
Rod says, would y'all rather have them or Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan?
Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan. I want to be a cowboy. That's my
speech. Listen to me, I'm not going to lie, though. That was pretty... That was very interesting.
Oh, Hulk is the man, dude. Hulk is the man. He loves... Look, remember when the WWF and the WWE was big? Donald Trump was part of that.
Well, I get
that. A huge part of that. And so, obviously, they've had a relationship for that long. And you know how swarmy wrestling is. I'm sure, behind the scenes, if you've heard Hulk Hogan talk about what the business side of wrestling is like, it's dangerous at some points. Well, and so, when you have these swarmy characters over the years, and Donald Trump is still your buddy, it shows a lot about who you are as a person.
I would want Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson gave him an endorsement. Mike Tyson was your guy. He was like, yeah, I'm voting for him. What? Say what? So what about it? Like, nothing. Nothing, dude. I'm voting for him too. Shit.
And you live in the bluest state besides California.
He's like, I would disagree with you. He's like, I don't give a fuck. What are you gonna do about it? I love Mike Tyson. God bless him. Friday, bro, on Netflix, live. Let's go. I love Mike.
I think Mike wins
I don't.
if it's a
But
legit fight. Well, you know what, Clyde?
mm, I'm sorry. 28-58, homie.
I don't see him losing. I don't even if it's a rigged fight. I don't see him
No.
losing.
No way. Jake Paul. Jake Paul's 28, and dude, he throws haze. He throws hands.
Well, I'm not doubting his skills, but I think Mike still wins, even at 58.
Okay. I mean, I would love it. I'm rooting wholeheartedly for Mike. I don't think he wins.
We'll find out Friday night.
Fixing to find out, homeboy. I can't wait. That's going to be a good fight. I'm more stoked about that fight than I've been in a long time about any fight.
Remember, real quick, update all the fans on what's been going on. Remember the episode of you in Japan wrestling? How is that going?
Oh man, my dreams. I'm old now, bro. I'm old and kids and some dreams you just gonna have to give up on, Mike, and that one is probably gonna be the one.
Just wasn't making
Unfortunately.
that elbow drop. Just wasn't making it for you.
No, I think what I am is like a Twitter troll off the top ropes.
Well, that
To
you
like
are.
these like these shit libs on Twitter. That's what I'm doing now. Coming off the top rope for Trump. Make America great again, bitches.
Are you doing it with Hulk Hogan or without Hulk Hogan?
Well, if I could have Hulk Hogan on my side, I'd definitely take him. That's the American hero, dude. All American hero right there. Give me a break. Yeah, I want that guy. I want that guy, and I want Kendall Jenner. Or not Kendall Jenner. Her dad. Her mom. What is he? Kyle. Not. Is it Kendall? No, it's not Kendall. What's her name?
No.
What's her nuts?
Oh my god!
Can you say what's her nuts about? Like, is that freedom of speech?
Kyle Jenner. Isn't it Kyle?
What?
Kylie?
I don't.
The
No,
hell
no,
do I
no.
know?
The dad. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was
The dad that's now the mom, dude. What's her nuts? I don't think you can say that yet. But I would take her
I can't say
as
that
an
yet.
endorsement too. It's president-elect, motherfucker. You can't be saying that stuff.
If I get a pink slip tomorrow, you know why.
What do you mean?
You know. No, Kai. No.
No, I don't. Did I just get you fired, homeboy?
They can't find me.
That's president-elect, motherfucker.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn. Didn't I say Caitlyn? Did I say Caitlyn first?
You said Kendall.
Did I say Kendall? Jeez. Well,
See, I would not would have said
Kendall's the hot one.
definitely not Caitlyn.
All right. Yeah, right. Well, I mean,
Unless that swings your boat, buddy. Unless that rows your boat. But switching gears. Since
yeah, let's get out of this gear. We were going down a dark alley.
Yeah, that's definitely dark alley. I am not going to be a part of, kind sir.
Yeah, we can't. Let's get out of there.
But since August, the middle of August, it's been so long that I can remember that the guest I had on is Mike, a diehard and a podcaster for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I can tell you that was the last episode leading up to this. And don't tell me the exact date, because I have no idea when the exact date was. But a lot has been going on. Won't get into all the details. A lot of it's not necessarily needs to be out in public, so we'll leave it at that. But I will say, in the middle of August, my dad had another pretty decent sized stroke in the middle of August, and during that time span, they find out that he had cancer. There's two they named. I can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to butcher it, but it's not curable, but it's treatable. And so he's been going through chemo treatments ever since August. I think September 1, I think theoretically was his first round of it. However, since then, as long as everything continues to improve from his white count, he will be in remission in January. Now, obviously, the home health, the hospice health, whatever, the next steps are going to be after the remission will still obviously take place, but the chemo will be at the standstill of all that. So that's been a lot going on besides work, and the working part is definitely there, but a lot has gone on. So that's a little short-lived thing, but you know, a lot personal, but at the same time, real life stuff, and I'm glad to be back on. And even when people say that, hey, just watch your podcast, but nah, we're gonna mix things up. But yeah, Clyde, I'm not gonna say all out in the open, but part of much that's going on, and but my dad's doing well, and
That's great, man. I'm
he
glad to
just
hear
turned
that.
66 on the 6th.
Boo!
So, he just turned 66, and
666, huh?
yeah, that's a lot of people say that's Donald Trump's number, just so you know.
Oh yeah.
But that's what I heard. But yes, he just turned 66. I won't lie, I didn't think he would get there. No disrespect to my dad, but the way everything was going, I did not think that. So he made it to his 66th birthday. We're Thanksgiving, 2 weeks away from tomorrow, and Christmas,
Praise Jesus.
whatever it is, away from whatever how many days. So there we go. Short lived,
Glad to
but
hear that, man.
yes, he should be hopefully in remission in January. And
Nice. Wow, that's incredible, man.
hey, his white count
God
was
willing.
20. Oh, exactly. His white count was 22 when all this started. And now,
Boo!
oh yeah, now it's down to 9. So
Oh boy.
he's a fighter, just like this country. We're fighters. So
We're fighters, man. Fight!
so
Fight! Fight! Brr! Sorry. I'm
you're
taking a
good.
victory lap. A Donald Trump victory lap. I was right. I knew it.
I wasn't nervous about the election, just simply because, and I'm not bashing Kamala by any means.
I am.
I just did not see him losing to her. Just
Dude,
because I
she
think
squandered $1
just
billion.
well,
Squandered.
there
1
was
billion.
there was
And
so
was
much
$20
that,
million overdraft. That is
dude.
incompetency times
Well,
100.
I don't talk politics much, but the fact of the matter, I think people got tired of paying the outrageous food prices, barely making it, and some of these people are making 2, 3, working 2, 3 jobs just to try to survive what they can, and still wasn't enough. And I think
Correct.
people got sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Amen. As they should be.
So the 78, 81, whatever ended up being popular vote.
Ooh,
I
that's a
mean,
big number.
that's I think it was 78, something like that.
That is a big
That
number.
was it. And not saying I condone everything he does or says, but in the vice versa. I mean, when eggs are more expensive than gas, we have an issue. Now, I'm not saying gas should be more expensive than eggs, but when eggs and milk is what hell, $5 a carton, $5 a gallon, depends on where you shop at. That's not good.
No, it's scary. It's scary
That's
bad.
not good.
I know. Everybody's like, oh, your eggs, man. Dude, it's butter. It's meat. It's all
Yeah.
the things that we need to survive. Good food. Wholesome, good food. Which, by the way, we're going to have again in this country.
I'm ready for the dollar menu to get back to the actual dollar menu again.
Oh, wow.
I don't know about it is in Colorado, but here in Oklahoma, we don't have the dollar menu no more. It's the $2 and $3 menu.
Yep.
And that's another issue. Food. I mean, everything just gone up, and not
Oh,
even food. We talking supplies, labor,
well, energy. The
energy,
price it takes
gas.
to move these products is immense. I don't think people understand what it costs. So, anyway, energy prices go down. The rate at which we can transport these things across the globe go down. And so with the tariffs, you probably aren't even going to feel a difference soon.
Well, no.
But some of the things domestically that we can make will start to go down fairly quickly, I think.
Mm-hmm. I would say so.
I hope so. We're going to start drilling again. I know where I live in Weld County, Colorado, is we're on a sea of oil shale, and we can just frack it out of the earth and
keep fracking, baby.
make a lot of money. You're in frack nation too.
Sure.
Your whole area was built on the backs of the Oilers, man.
Mm-hmm. Oklahoma's big time.
The Tulsa Drillers is your minor league team there.
Yes, sir.
You know about them.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's an identity. That's an identity here too. We're agriculture and oil, and we do them both well. So there's a lot of money here. Thank God.
Absolutely.
Hey, when you get pink slipped, come up here. We'll get you a job, dude.
I'm ready to be pink slipped. I'm curious how that's going to go.
Oh, well, sorry if I helped you get pink slipped. That wasn't my intention at all right now. I can't believe one of our videos. I wonder which one it was. Which was it? The vaccine video?
I don't know.
We talked about vaccines for a long time. And wasn't it funny when we were talking about vaccines? We were talking about like, oh, it's all fun and games. It's my body, my choice until it's vaccines come around. And then it's like, get the vaccine, dick. You know?
I'm pretty sure.
By the way, that didn't help your little campaign there, folks.
The jab wasn't going to work regardless. What was I going to say? Oh,
I don't know. I'm sorry.
It might have been the Uber story. Maybe that's what it was.
The Uber story? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Could have been that. I don't know. I don't know. Could have been Japan. You might have mentioned Japan. That could have got, for whatever.
No, they were excited. They were calling me. I had offers.
But no, jokes aside, I don't know. It could have been any of them.
Totally. I agree with that.
It might have been one of these episodes that I never would have guessed. Could have been Sarah, the teacher that went from a teacher to an OnlyFans person. Could have been that one.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That was an interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
But yes,
I don't think she's doing very well on OnlyFans. I bet you. She's got another job now.
I would imagine so.
Woo! Okay.
Let's see here. Could have been.
She got a job where they're like, hey, will you please keep your clothes on?
God dang.
I love that lady though. She was cool.
No, she was. I hope she's
totally cool, but
yeah, hope she's doing well.
I'm sorry I said that. I've just been giddy all day, man. I don't know why.
Well, you are in Colorado, so
Maybe. Allegedly. I am allegedly in Colorado right now.
I'm just trying to scroll through real quick, just to not kill a time. Really, it could be any of these. It could be. I don't know.
Yeah. Who cares?
Well, nowadays people get offended from over the little things.
I'm glad they watched. I'm just like kind of stoked, like, hey, dude, somebody like saw us talking the S word.
Talking crap. It could have been.
Probably there was like I explained what masculinity was. Like the truest form of masculinity. The farthest on the masculinity scale.
I definitely think that's probably what it was. And if
that definitely gets some red flags raised. But you use that only when you need to make a point. And that point is boys will dominate girls in sports. Sorry, not sorry. It's called biology, boys and girls. Look it up.
Look it up. Are
Jimmy
you
Kimmel says this is a bad day for science. That was one of his bad day for things that he did when he started crying the other night.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
I
said
don't.
science took a shot. Science was like, what, motherfucker?
Speaking of masculinity,
Oh, cool. Let's talk about masculinity.
I'm trying to find this one person's Twitter real quick. What do you think
Nice.
about our quarterback, Mr. Bo Nix, kind sir?
I am stoked we drafted him. You
I
know
did.
me, I was work because you brought him up
Mhm.
when we were talking about our draft day episode. You brought him up. What if we get Bo Nix? And I was like, oh no, blah. I would like to. Yeah. What's that word where you take it out of the court? Minutes. Stricken.
Stricken.
Yeah, I want that stricken. I'm glad that Bo Nix is our quarterback. He's a baller. Straight
I
up
will say,
baller, dude.
I will say this, and I'll get to another comment here in a second. I do believe we have our quarterback. I will say this.
Correct.
Now, however,
Uh-oh. There's
I
always a
do
however in life.
I do not think we have our head coach.
Whoa! He went there. He went there. Interesting. Who's this? What are they saying?
Mr.
That's like
Daniel Smooth, my good buddy, Mr. Dan, recently
Mr. Dan
engaged, by the
Smooth.
way.
Oh,
He's recently
congratulations, Dan
engaged.
Smooth.
Congrats to Dan and Megan.
Dan
All the
Smooth.
way from the Long Island of New York. Welcome back, bro.
Go Islanders.
They suck, dude.
Really? I don't know.
They suck. I'm sure Dan, hopefully he'll comment. As far as I know, they suck. Not saying New Jersey's been any better.
I bet they're good. Watch them be good at the end of the year when they're like.
The Islanders are watching this now, and now
Yeah, the Islanders are like
they're using
Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7.
They're using this as bulletin board.
Totally, as they should.
Anybody should use as.
So for that reason, we think the Islanders suck.
Not really, they're inconsistent, to put it kindly. So apparently they don't suck; they're inconsistent. So ignore. What
I think the word inconsistent is synonymous with suck. I mean, well, sometimes I get a goal and sometimes I don't. That means you suck.
Dan says, "Watch them win the cup somehow." I hate the fan base though.
I don't know. I don't know anything about their fan base. I'm sure it's rabid.
Dude, I can only imagine the New York fan base.
They're probably like all 80. There's like
what the hell?
A few like Gen Xers like me, but I bet you the most of them are boomers. Just old. Like they don't have Edmonton Oiler girl where she whips her titties out and she's like, "Woo, truck these bad boys out." Like there's none of those. They don't have that team. They got the guy who takes his dentures out and blows his nose.
What does that have with anything?
I don't know.
They all want Lou fired after every stinking loss, even after some wins. Dude, that New York, I don't care what anybody says. That New York media is just rough. I mean, ask Aaron Rodgers. He should know. They trade for Devontae Adams. They still can't win.
Well, yeah. They fired their head coach. Dude, they kept Nathaniel Hackett and fired Robert Saleh. Like
exactly.
You deserve everything you get, New York Jets. You deserve everything you get. You guys are all just dumb. You're dumb. All of you. Dumb.
They got what they paid for.
Yeah.
And what they paid for was
train wreck.
It was, well, yes. They went after a guy, which I'm glad that Denver didn't go after, but they went after a guy which is
who?
Is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, we tried.
He's done. Then they thought bringing Devontae Adams back to kind of help him trigger that. That was a joke. They are a spinning downward helicopter.
They got Nathaniel Hackett as their OC, dude.
Oh, that's
I mean,
we all know that.
Sorry.
Experience.
Yeah. There's like 15 games where he was our head coach. Christ.
Yeah. But going back to Denver, I do think we have our quarterback. I do.
Yes, I do too.
I love the fact that PS2's long term. I love that extension.
Yes. And the Cooper extension.
Yes.
Jonathan Cooper is a football playing Jesse.
I can see that.
He's an absolute beast. And the other kid on the other side, Bonito from OU.
Nick Bonito.
He is a rocket ship off the edges.
He's quick off the snap.
He's very much like Vaughn, man. We might be at the end of Bonito's little tour here in Denver. We might be going like, is he better than Vaughn? That conversation might come up. Mark my words now.
Would you say Bonito's more Vaughn version 2.0? Would you say Cooper's more Vaughn version 2.0?
I think Vaughn is a better football. Vaughn is like football Neo. If Neo played linebacker, that's who he would play like. But Bonito is a heat-seeking missile.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Because the fact that Dan says Sean Payton is the right coach. You knew the guy that was going to be quote unquote in control of everything.
Thank you, Daniel.
I knew was your QB the second you drafted him.
Amen, brother.
You
should just be a Broncos fan, bud.
I agree on that.
He probably is. He's probably like, yeah, you're right.
He has more. I think deep inside he's got more orange and blue jerseys than any other.
What's his team? He's like a Seahawks fan, huh?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, who wants to see those titties? Denver titties all day long. Seattle titties, like, probably. I'd see them too. But Islander titties, keep them to yourself.
What the hell are you talking about?
Edmonton Oilers fans now.
You know who's not seeing anytime soon?
Who?
Well, let me get back to us first. Denver.
Oh, you're talking about me? Oh, what?
No, Denver.
Okay.
I do think he says, yes, I'm a Seahawks fan. I suffer enough. Can't confirm. But
see, I remember you guys. I know you guys. I know my guys. These are my guys.
I do think Cortland Sutton's going at the end of the year.
Really?
I don't see him staying next year. I just don't.
Dude, I hate that he drops those key passes.
That's the thing. I don't.
You're like, what, dude? Inconsistent. There you go. So Cortland Sutton, inconsistent. Does Cortland Sutton suck?
I wouldn't say he sucks. I say he's inconsistent. Jerry Jeudy, on the other hand,
Jerry Jeudy sucks.
I think you could put that in that category of sucks. The referee, Clyde.
Sorry, I had to kick my little one out. He's like, I don't know what you just said, little man. Kick rocks.
I'll just go with what you said. I like our running game.
Do you? Dude, our offensive line. Let's talk about the strength of our team. It's the offensive and defensive lines this year. They are kicking ass.
No, they are. And years past, I would have said opposite of that.
They're
not good.
Our O-line
it started with number 72, Mr. Garrett Bowles himself.
Yeah, he had a holding call the other day.
Yeah,
in Baltimore that brought back a Bo Nix touchdown.
It probably wouldn't matter because it wouldn't change any kind of end cap. I will say, though, Sunday broke my heart.
Oh, dude.
We let that one slip.
Oh, it hurt my soul. That one
We are
hurt my soul.
because the fact that we had them beat.
Oh, we played it perfect, dude.
We
And
had
here's
them
why
beat.
listen. Sean Payton coached a perfect game, I thought. It
Best one
came
all
down to
year, in
that
my opinion.
last dude. They took the lead with 6 minutes left in the game, like 6 minutes and like some seconds, like 30 or something. And the Broncos drove down the field and took every second off the clock and kicked a last second field goal to win it, except it was blocked. That was, I know everybody's mad about watching the guy who gets canned more than peaches on the left side of that kick block unit.
Right.
But that drive was masterclass. It was using the Chiefs. What they did all game to us is like control the game,
The
like going
gap.
long, meticulous drives, like 8, 9, 10 minute drives that you're like, dude. And then they would kick field goals. So the Broncos were always either ahead until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And they took a 2 point lead, and then we drove all the way down and gave them right back at them, dude. Here you go. We're going to drive down the field, take every second off the clock, and kick a last second field goal. Fingers up, peace out. You're no longer undefeated.
Right.
It was beautiful until it wasn't.
No, it was not beautiful. It was horrible.
The ending wasn't what you wanted it to be, but it was a beautiful masterclass on how to control the last 6 minutes of a football game. I thought.
Well, it gave me. I'm not saying we're at the Chiefs level, but it gave me hope that we're catching up. We didn't get blown out by the Chiefs.
Dude, we got the quarterback, man.
Exactly.
He fills more gaps than Invisalign. So whatever gap there was, he's kind of blocking them up. And our offensive line being as good as they are, it's starting to come together. Like this is going to be a team that you're like in the hunt all year.
Well, and I was about to talk that. We're 5-5. We have 3 more games till our bye week. Can you imagine? We're at week 14 when we finally get our bye week.
I love it. I think
But
it's a perfect time for the bye week.
This week we have Atlanta. That's winnable. In Denver. We travel to Vegas. I think that's winnable.
You better win this week.
Then we host Cleveland Monday night.
Boo! Monday nighter.
In Denver.
Beautiful.
Dude, that's easily 8-5 headed into our bye week.
It's not easy. Nothing easy, bro.
Well, no, it's not. We could easily lose all 3. But
100%.
But because then you look at the off week, after the bye week, we finish off with the Colts, at the Chargers, at the Bengals, and Kansas City.
Woo! Those are going to be 4 fantastic games,
dude.
Broncos are going to be must-see TV, man. They're going to be on. They're going to be one of those matches where
we can sneak in,
and we could also lose every game from here on out.
Too. Exactly. Yeah.
But I could see the Broncos being in one of those flex games against the Bengals. That'll be a huge game with massive playoff implications.
As long as we're still in the hunt.
Yes, exactly. And as long as they are, because they're 4-6, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean that carries just massive playoff implications. So that's a huge game. That could be flexed to Sunday night, man. Why not?
I mean, I'm for it.
Dude, that Bengals-Ravens game was must-see TV on Thursday night. Wow. That was a huge – man, if the Broncos make that field goal, they're 2 games up on the Bengals in the playoff round.
No, yeah, literally that Sunday, that was the heartbreaker. That was the goddamn, we had them on the ropes and we let them go.
Yep. How would you rather lose? Blocked field goal or missed 2-point conversion that you could have tied it up with an extra point?
Probably more of a blocked field goal.
Yeah, it felt more. I mean, I felt bad for the Bengals. I knew how that felt for them. It was like gut punch, kind of. Especially being up by 14 in the third quarter. But the Broncos game just felt more of a gut punch to me.
And the reason why I say probably in that realm because the fact that we led majority of the game until they took the lead when it was 16-14.
We just played better. We deserved to win that game. We deserved to win that game.
Yeah, we let them off the hook.
Yeah, I know. I threw a fit. I threw a kind of a. I was kind of like 12 years old again and threw a fit.
What is it? What is it? 7 teams make the playoffs, correct?
Yeah.
Well, you know who's at 7th right now? We are
the Broncos.
Yep.
Man, we could have been at 6th though.
Yep.
With the 6-4 record, that'd have been dope. Who's in 6th? Is it the Chargers?
Chargers.
They're a good team, man. They're really good defensively. I mean, they're well coached too. You know they're going to be well coached. They're not the same old shitty coach Chargers. They're going to be a good coach. They're going to be a better coach team.
Ravens
at probably
5, Texans at 4, Steelers 3. I hate the Steelers. 2, Buffalo, and of course the Chiefs at 1.
You know what, dude? I love Mike Tomlin. I'm a big fan of Mike Tomlin.
I don't like their quarterback though.
It doesn't matter who their quarterback is. I like that guy, and I would run through a wall for that guy. So anytime he's my coach, I feel like we're gonna win.
You think you think that here's according to NFL.com, here's our playoff probability. If we lose, 39%. Oof. Right now we're at 51% current is where we're at making the playoffs.
Yeah, we're Ace King versus
if we lose to the
Pocket Nines.
Vikings. If we lose to the Falcons, we're at 39% making it. If we win, we're at 61%. Currently, we're at 51% of making the playoffs.
Right, we flopped the king.
Correct.
Yep.
But we need some playoff football. We may not be hosting it, but by God, we need some playoff football in Denver.
Man, this game against Atlanta is massive.
No, it is. No, it absolutely is. Because you have to remember, the Falcons have still a lot to play for too, because the fact that they lead in the NFC South. So.
Yep. Yeah, that's a big game. They're a good team, man.
Oh, they are. Absolutely they are.
And they got a good quarterback. They got one of those quarterbacks, dude, that could throw for 500 in a game if you just don't let him. But what I love about the way our defense plays is they lock down in the secondary, buddy, and then fly off the edges.
Well, and it goes back, dude, ours.
It's nasty. Our defense is nasty, buddy. It's for reals.
Well, it shows that it improved us all right, other people not, that Vance Joseph is more of a better D coordinator than he was a head coach in Denver.
I mean, he's got him playing well, dude. He dials up some awesome disguises. You're like, okay, if I'm watching on TV, I'm going, what are they coming with right now? And then they can bring the house or they can bring 4, and it's always the right 4. And they're always putting pressure on the quarterback. I think they're second in sacks, if not first, in the league.
Sounds about right.
So I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to come in here and throw for 500 yards by any stretch. So I think the Broncos win this game. I think we just match up. We're just a tough matchup for that team, I think. I could be wrong, but it just feels like the Broncos are – our offense is going to be – I like our offense. I like Bo Nix. If Bo needed to score a touchdown the other day, if Bo would have needed to score a touchdown to win the game, I think they go down and score a touchdown against the Chiefs. But they didn't need a touchdown, so they played for the field goal. Do you know what I mean?
No, they played it smart. They
downed the ball a few times. They downed it a few times. They ran a bunch of the clock off after the Chiefs had no more timeouts, and but we would have had time. We would have had 2 minutes. We had plenty of time to go down and score a touchdown if we wanted to. And I think the Broncos were dialing it up. And Bo looks good right now. They're throwing a lot of stuff. They're going through like a master class right now of offense, and he's just like orchestrating it. He looks so good. And I think that's what people see right now is efficiency. They're like, damn, nobody's getting out of the sacks that he gave up the other day. The only problem is he's so fast, he gets back 15 yards in a blur, and then he gets sacked, and it's like, damn, he just lost 15 yards. Well, yeah, because he's that fast.
The biggest killer was when Bo got sacked. What was it, 15-yard loss?
I think he had a couple of those where he got sacked for 15-yard losses. You're like, shit, dude.
I know late, I want to say either late in the third or early in the third. Is that third? I think it was still 3rd and 11, but it still ended up being like 3rd and 26 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was impossible. Those are impossible plays. But he doesn't take those very often.
No, he does not.
It like you had to. They brought some mad A-gap blitzes at him pretty much all game, and one of them was bound to break. But I mean, he carved him up. Other than that, in my opinion.
No, I like what we're seeing out of him. I'm confident with Bo as a quarterback moving forward. I get the he's 26 or 27, whatever crap his age is.
He's 24, dude. He's not even that old. He's 24.
He's older than that.
No, man, 24, maybe 25 now, but he's 24, bro. He's just like an old prospect, which is fine. He had 61 starts in college.
How's it make
he knows football, dude. He knows ball.
How does it make you feel knowing that he was born in 2000?
And he's old. Oh my God.
He's old according to the league.
Right. Yeah, right. No, yeah. He's our guy. It's cool. It's cool that we have a quarterback. And they're fun to watch. He's fun to watch. He's fast. It's like he's figuring out the game.
Well, he's mature. He's a mature quarterback. I still think out of the quarterbacks of this draft, besides Jaden Daniels, I think he's going to rank definitely top 3. I think Jaden. I think Jaden so far is the best quarterback out of this class. Caleb is just
no way. Bo Nix. Caleb, I mean, he's good. Well, Jaden Daniels is good,
but Caleb has no.
Caleb is not good
around him.
Caleb, bear, dude. What are you talking about, dude? DJ Moore is a baller. DJ Moore is a baller. Apparently, the Bears are mutinying right now. They're in a mutiny. They want to see Tyler Badgett play. They want to see that kid. They want to see the backup.
Dude,
those guys are like...
They got to save their season, too.
I know. I think they bring him... I think they let Badgett play starting this week. Maybe not start, but go 3 and out again, dumbass. 4 times in the first half and see what happens.
Well, and I like how, like, Caleb, he gets upset with, they were booing. But, dude...
It's a tough league, man. And Chicago's a tough market. The Bears demand a lot from their team.
Well, and this year they're, all
and I think they knew, man. I think they knew when they drafted Caleb that he could turn out to be. He probably wanted to make a scream video that Trump got elected. You know what I mean? Most likely to make a Trump scream video, Caleb Williams.
You really think so?
Yes. Dude, he paints his fingernails, bro.
Are you sure he ain't swinging?
Do you think Bo Nix paints his fingernails?
No.
Bo Nix is like, I have a pretty wife. I pay to get her pretty all the time. I'm all about ball, homie.
If I had to say anything about Bo, I bet he worries more about his hair than his nails.
Bo doesn't worry about his hair.
No, if I had to pick, I would pick about his hair than I would
Oh,
his nails.
he cares about his wife's hair and
Well,
nails.
yes, yeah,
He wants her to look pretty. But for
right.
him, it's ball 24/7. And that is why we have the right guy. Because
No,
he
we got the right player
is,
in place.
yeah, he's all about ball, homie, which I love.
What would you do if Bo Nix came up to you and said, "Hey, would you want to take me to the hotel?" What
What?
would you say?
What are we talking about?
Bo
Did you
Nix,
just ask me that?
Uber, not me.
That's weird,
Ubering.
man. Oh, Ubering.
Ubering.
Oh, oh my
If he
God.
says, "Nah,"
Oh
yeah,
my
Bo Nix is
God.
coming
I
to
would have been like,
Clyde.
wait, what? And they're like, oh, I thought you had a car. I'm like, oh. Yeah, I can think, yeah.
No, if you saw it said Bo Nix on your Uber, I don't know how that works, but on
It
your
would say Bo.
Bo, let's put
Bo
Bobo.
needs picked up. I'm
If
like,
Bo needs picked up,
okay.
then
Yeah.
and you realize it was Bo Nix, what would you do?
Oh, I tell him I'm a big fan, you know. I'm so glad he's
Is
our
it pretty special?
quarterback, and thank you for being all about ball. And keep slinging it, homie.
Well, yeah, I'll keep slinging it because you
And
got us in the
don't.
right direction.
Yep,
He
I
has
believe in
given
you.
us. He has
I
given
did
us
not like
football
Drew
history.
Lock. I did not like Russell Wilson from the start, dude.
I thought we gave up too much for Russell Wilson. That's why I was pissed about the trade to begin with. And then when he sucked, that made it even worse.
We were sold a bag of goods, and now he's playing ball. He's lights out in Steelers Nation. Except he still gets sacked a lot. Our guy doesn't get sacked hardly ever.
Not much.
I don't think he got sacked in October. Maybe once. Literally one sack in October, dude.
No, because he was getting sacked early in the season, but that's because God dang.
But that was September.
Well, exactly.
In October, he didn't get sacked at all, man.
So right now, I'm looking at it. He's been
That
sacked
is a
17
skill.
times this year.
Yeah, most of them were in like the first 3 or 4 games.
Right. He's.
I think he got sacked 2 or 3 times.
Yards.
2 or 3 times this week. So he got sacked like maybe 5 times in October. Maybe.
Let's see if it shows.
17. I think Russ took like 52 sacks last year. In 16 or like 13 games that he started, or 14 or whatever, 15 maybe.
Well, I'm looking at the sacks. Ravens got to him 4 times. The Raiders 3, and everybody else is 2. So,
everybody else too. Yeah, he didn't take a sack in October,
Chiefs,
dude.
Let's see: Chiefs, Panthers, Chargers
might have sacked him
Seahawks
once.
were all 2. So
yeah, the Steelers the Chargers got him 2 times in October, and that was it.
Exactly.
He took 2 sacks in October. 5 games, by the way, in October. So yeah, he's a baller, dude.
Well, my thing, no, he's.
That's a skill.
He's got us in the right direction. I like our receivers, even though I like Cortland, but I don't think he gets back next year. I like Marvin Mims. I wish we would see more of him right now, but
Marvin sucks. Marvin is not inconsistent. Marvin sucks. As a receiver. Sorry, you just do.
He needs to be used as special teams.
Yeah, well, I mean, he plays pretty well in special teams. It's a weird league for special teams nowadays.
It's not much of a special league team anymore.
No, it's really not. But our special teams are still really good at being good at special teams. And he's part of that. But he's not a good receiver, dude. He's not worth a 2nd-round pick. That's for damn sure. So that's a miss.
Speaking of receivers, how's Jerry doing so far this year?
I don't know. Who knows? He plays on the Browns. They're irrelevant. They're what, 2-6 or whatever?
Let's see here.
2-7, maybe 3-7.
They're 2-7. He has 418 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, dude, he sucks.
One.
I'll never be a Jerry Jeudy fan. Never ever. Sorry, Jerry. I don't like you.
What? What would you do, Jerry? What would you do? Jerry showed up. Oh, and by the way, the only touchdown was week 1, just so you know.
Figures.
Yeah. He's tied for 101st in receiving stats when it comes to touchdowns. He is 43rd in yards, and he's tied for 49th in receptions. And he's
What's that guy?
89th.
Atkins for our team, 45, the tight
Yeah.
end.
Uh-huh.
He's got a touchdown. Hey, I don't even know what our player number 45, what his first name is. So, what's his name? I want to call him Trace Atkins, but I don't think that's right. But I think Trace Atkins has as many touchdowns as Jerry Jeudy. And he sings terrible country songs.
Let's see here.
And I'm a big fan of country music, by the way. You knew that about me, right? You know I love country music, right?
I got nothing.
Big. I love it, dude. It's my favorite.
Do you like Luke Combs?
And he does. Huh? Do I like Luke Combs? Of course. Who doesn't like Luke Combs?
I'm sure somebody doesn't.
Yeah. Liberals. We jump off the top rope.
Well, Marvin Mims has 11 catches for 69 yards.
Yeah, sucks. Completely booty. He's not inconsistent. He sucks.
Let's see.
Everybody who's inconsistent might not suck, but every player that sucks is inconsistent.
Well, Cortland Sutton has 42 catches for 569 yards and 3 touchdowns.
You said 69. I mean, whatever. But that's not Bo's game. Bo has like 11 players that have like 10 catches.
Well, I was going to say that our receiving core, we're not going to, I mean.
He's got 11 players with 10 catches or more. It's bananas.
You know who I don't see coming back next year is Greg Dulcich.
No.
I don't see him coming back next year.
I mean, you didn't even say his name right, so that's how special he is. Right? And he has as many touchdowns as Jerry Jeudy does. Or maybe one less. Maybe maybe one less. And we don't even know his name. We just know he has hair that flows out of his helmet.
God.
That's how good Jerry Jeudy is.
So Greg's numbers is 5 catches for 28 yards.
Yeah. Pretty much the same as Marvelous Marvin Mims.
Whatever. What I say?
It's pretty much the same, dude, and he hasn't been active since October started.
He has 69 yards, homie.
Oh, I'm sorry. Greg Dulcich hasn't played since September. And he got benched for being suck. So, just saying.
You know who I don't think is going to be back next year is Zach Wilson.
No, he gets traded, dude.
Yeah, I think he's gone. No, I think Denver still makes moves. I don't think. They're
not finished.
No, they're not. No.
They need playmakers. They need like a Jamar Chase. So whatever that looks like in the draft, that's where we go. Luckily, we have a quarterback, so that is a luxury that we can do. We can go get receivers now because we have a quarterback, especially a quarterback on a rookie contract.
Well, and that's the whole thing. Now we have a quarterback, and now we don't have to worry about, that again. So now you can start. Now you can start building around Bo.
Exactly, and that's the luxury that we have next year in the draft and in free agency, really. So when you have a quarterback on a rookie contract and a massive cap hit from Russ, kind of evens out. So next year we'll will have like Russell Wilson worth of cap space to play with, which is a lot. So if you want to pay $30 million for a receiver, trade for Tyreek Hill, maybe something like that. Can you imagine Tyreek Hill with Bo Nix?
Oh God.
You just give him the rock real quick, just like those short passes that Nix does. Like he gets the ball to his receivers like right now, buddy. The balls that he throws, they're on his receivers. Like as soon as they turn around, they are getting the ball put on them. And Tariq with that quarterback would be absolutely lethal. Maybe trade for him.
That's what I'm trying to see. I'm looking through. I'm trying to see real quick.
I would love Tariq Hill in Denver for 1 year, just to play with him.
2025 free agencies. Let's see. Stephon Diggs is a free agent after this year.
Is he a receiver?
See. Keenan Allen, but see, Keenan Allen is a little older for me.
So is the other guy. What was the guy you just said?
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, yeah.
Did you know Garrett Bowles is a free agent after this year?
I did know. In fact, do you resign him? Because he's worth apparently he's probably going to get like a 2-year $40 million deal. This is what he's looking for. Ish. Would you extend him for like 2 years, 36?
I would. Well,
I just wonder. So the Broncos' running game is meh, especially to the outside. Anytime they break the tackles, if you're going outside of the tackles, our running game is meh.
Now here you go.
When they pound it up the middle, it's great. So if you had a run blocking tackle, because Garrett Bowles is not a run blocking tackle, in my opinion. He's a pass blocking savant, but he's not a very good run blocker. Do you go get a tackle in the draft, maybe? And then somehow trade for Tariq Hill?
Well, let's see here. Well, Cam Robinson, the left tackle for the Vikings, he's a free agent. I mean, do you go younger and try to approach him?
Nah. He's a run block. He's a grader. He's a road grader, though. Holy cow.
I'm trying to see.
Maybe that guy. Is he good?
I think so. So they have us, according to USA Today. This is USA Today's mock draft. And
receiver.
They got us getting Michigan's tight end, Colston Loveland.
Oh, nice. Loveland is the town right over from me. I worked in Loveland today.
So there you go. That's our.
So that would be our guy?
According to USA Today.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Tight end. We do need a tight end.
Yeah, because Greg's not cutting it.
Greg Dulwich, as you call him?
Yes. He's not cutting it.
No.
And
he's not. His hair's awesome though. I wish I had hair like that. He's just kind of showing off at this point though with all that hair.
Well, you know why? He needs an Uber ride, sir.
If I gave him an Uber ride, I would be like, "You're just showing off with all that hair, homie."
What would you do if he's like, "You know what? I'll cut some of it just to give you."
I bet he smells of shea butter. Yeah.
I mean, you could
maybe like, yeah. I bet he smells good. But like in a bad way, where you're like, dude, really? You smell good? Like, what's wrong with you? I want a tight end that's like, you kind of like, you could smell him before he gets in the car.
Now, Bleacher Report, Bleacher Nation has us getting Luther Burden III from Missouri, wide receiver. That dude can
That
play.
guy.
That can
Well,
play.
yeah,
He can
he's a
play.
top 10 guy. You got to
He
get in the
can
top
play.
10 to get that guy. I'm good with that guy. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you give me
He's a
Luther, and
baller.
we're good.
Baller.
You know who's not a baller? Switching teams.
Oh,
Who?
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Who's, no, I was going to say Marvin Mims, but we're switching teams.
Well, he may work better on this team. Dallas. They're in absolute horrendous disarray. So, which
Yeah.
leads me to this question because you are going to know a
Prime.
whole lot more than I am. Who's going to be the new
Coach
head
Prime.
coach of the Dallas Cowboys next year?
Why would I know? Because I can see into the future.
Yeah.
You know that I can see into the future.
I think we all know that he's
I don't
gone.
think it's going to be Prime, dude. I think Prime stays at CU.
You
But
think
man,
so?
Travis Hunter. Oh, he's got Travis Hunter and Shadur. Do they go 1-2 in the draft?
Depends on who's won too.
Dude, Travis Hunter had 170 snaps
Mhm.
played on Saturday against Texas Tech. 170.
He's going to have to figure out what position they're going to put him at, though.
That is a sick
I
number,
don't
dude.
see him playing both sides in the pros.
Why not? I mean, you're obviously going to wear down, but I
Mhm.
don't know, man. He's that guy. Do you put him at corner and then like bring him in to play receiver in like dime situation, or vice versa?
I think vice versa. Whatever route they go, I think the other position
You
is
make
going to
him a
be on.
receiver because he's
I
the best
personally
receiver
would.
in the draft and the best corner in the draft.
Ooh, I would
Change
choose.
my mind on that.
But the question, well, I mean, your
But
next.
Travis is a football player, dude.
No,
What he
he is. No,
does, like when
absolutely.
when they're running the ball, Travis Hunter is blocking his ass off. Like
Well, he's
those aren't
better.
100. He doesn't get 170 snaps to be a guest on the field, dude.
Well, he's better
He
than
is playing
McMillan.
football for 170
Well, I mean,
for 170 plays.
going back to your question, is he best corner and receiver? Well, he's better than McMillan out in Arizona as a receiver, and then your second best corner, in my opinion, you look at Will Johnson from Michigan. I think he's better than Will Johnson. So you got
Yeah,
now then you go down. Um,
yeah. He's the best receiver and the
yeah.
best corner in the draft.
Now I will say I think this year's draft is going to be overtaken by the big men up front, whether it's your defensive lineman or your offensive lineman.
That's good to know.
But I do think that no, I think Travis Hunter is your best all around receiver and or corner in this league's draft. I don't know who. There's nobody in the draft that you can sit there and say, well, he's better than Travis, and there's nobody in there. Not
He's
this
a
year.
unicorn, dude. He's a
No,
unicorn.
he's a generational player.
So you definitely use him on both sides of the field, for sure.
Well, let's.
But how much?
Well, that
And what
exactly.
was it? What would it look like? I think I think he's more valuable to a team as a defender.
Let's say Jacksonville gets the first. What route do you think? No pun intended.
Travis Hunter.
What route do they plan to use him as? Corner, or do you think he's a receiver?
I think they take Travis Hunter #1 overall if it's Jacksonville, and I think they use him as a receiver, full time and part time defense.
Do you
In
think
like
Dallas? Do you think Dallas tanks the rest of
dime.
the year and tries to get Shadur and Prime?
I don't think they can. Well, why would you do that? You just re-signed Dak, dude, to a massive deal. You can't do what Denver did. Like you don't. That's not to be done. It really is a dumb play if you do it like what Denver did.
Dallas, dude. Do you think Jerry? Do you think CD regrets signing that long extension at this point?
I think you got a bunch of guys that are looking for the bag in Dallas. They don't give a shit what they do
Well,
on the
Jerry's
field.
going to give you the bag.
Well, they got the bag, so now what do they do?
Yeah. Well, you're unfortunate enough to sit for a while.
I don't
And
know what you do. Who do you play? Do you play Trey Lance ever,
oh
Dallas?
my God. You
Is
know
he
what's
bad? Is
funny?
he really, really bad?
You know what's funny, Clyde? I was listening
Yeah.
to an episode, my very first one on Wong Lam's Defining Moments podcast,
Oh,
and
he's
he
got a
asked,
podcast?
yes, and it's a
He never
really
really
good one.
promotes it. I'm sure it's
I
good.
don't think he gets on much anymore.
Man.
Wong just had his baby.
Yeah.
Him and Margaret just had their baby. I know he's been doing stuff on the side. I don't know if he's very active on Twitter much anymore or not, but
Oh yeah, he's always on there. He's
um,
been he's been taking a Trump victory lap for the last week. But I mean, he's just a good dude, man. That
no,
guy rules.
no, absolutely is. No, he's overall just
And
a
he's a
class,
Cowboy fan, right?
OU fan.
Oh,
Oh,
you, yeah.
pros. I don't know. Now the pros he may be because Barry Switzer was his parents. That's why they fell in love with OU football because of Barry Switzer when they
Hmm.
came over from Vietnam.
Interesting.
So Dallas could be, could easily be. If not, then we will make it
I
be.
mean, it makes sense. I mean,
Oh
it's
no,
pretty
easily.
much Oklahoma anyway.
Exactly.
Dallas. Dallas, Oklahoma.
We do have a Denver, Oklahoma. Very, very,
Yeah, I'm
very,
sure.
very, 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 very small town.
Is it
Along with
super
St.
liberal and like full of like migrants?
I don't think anybody lives there. Let's see here.
Yeah. We got to
The state of Oklahoma is the only state in the United States that all the counties voted for Donald Trump.
Well, I did know that. That I did know. My county voted for my county voted for Trump as well, but we were one of the few that didn't get our elections were rigged in Colorado. I'm just going to say it. So there you go. No more monetization on this podcast. I just got demonetized, homie. The Colorado elections were rigged.
How so?
RIGGED exclamation point.
How so?
Our Secretary of State. So, do you remember when Trump's name got taken off our ballots in Colorado?
Yep.
Her name is Jenna Griswold, which she's ruined Christmas vacation for me this year. Thank you, Jenna Griswold. But the passwords to the voting machines were just leaked out months ago. Yeah, you could go online and see the passwords to all of the machines.
Oh, that's nice.
She just kind of let it go and like rig it how you will. And then as soon as 7 o'clock rolled around, the state of Colorado had their votes already counted at 7 p.m. And it was like, okay, we're done. Kamala wins in Colorado, yay! Yeah, yeah, no shit, dude. And also, come get your abortion in Colorado, by the way. State funded. Can you believe that shit? Gross. Anyway, it was rigged.
And just so you
I
know, the
don't.
population of Denver, Oklahoma is 0 because apparently it's non-existent.
Oh, nice.
So
I think Denver, Colorado is like 680,000 plus or minus Tren de Aragua gang members.
yeah, how's that going for you guys up there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't drive Lyft anymore. I've been, driving my truck. So, but when I was driving last year, it was a GD nightmare.
That's what
unfortunately.
I heard. That's what I heard.
But not because I don't like them, but because I love people. I'm a lover of people, and I don't want to see people being dropped off in Denver, Colorado in fucking January again by the busload.
Well, no.
That ain't nice.
Especially when it's 10 degrees outside.
No, less, dude. Way less.
Like -5.
Wait, like minus, dude, it was minus 30 one day.
I think the last time I was up there, I think it was -2.
Yeah, it was cold, bro. It got cold here.
Yep.
So yeah, and then just leave them all in tents because that's humane. We're not racist.
Exactly.
Oh my god, you guys are dicks. You're dicks. Oh, I'm glad it's over. Anyway, so we're do you know what sanctuary city means, Mike?
Yes.
Do you know what that means though?
I know what it means. Yeah.
What does it mean?
Hold that thought.
Okay, so what a sanctuary city is, I'll tell you. Did you know in a sanctuary city, they literally have sanctuaries?
Safe cities,
Like,
yeah.
if you get to this base, then you can go in with impunity. The police have zero jurisdiction inside of this home base of yours. So, if you make it to this home base after committing a crime, the police absolutely have no jurisdiction to go in and search. Zero. Did you know that?
No.
So Denver, as a sanctuary city, has all these little nooks and spots, like these home bases, that if you make it there and go in, you're safe from any sort of police jurisdiction.
Interesting.
Yes, that's what a sanctuary city is. So they set up all these sanctuaries. So one of the sanctuaries is like this Days Inn that I went to pick up a couple of writers one day.
Mm-hmm.
It was the one where the guy dies in the freaking lobby, dude. Did I tell you the story?
No.
Yeah, this guy dies in the lobby, dude. I show up and they're doing CPR on this guy in the lobby of this Days Inn. What used to be a Days Inn.
Right.
And then they stop doing CPR on Homeboy and just cover him up and walk outside. And you're like,
Holy cow.
what the fuck? And like, there's these police presence. There's a police presence there. But they absolutely cannot go in and do any sort of investigation in this fucking hotel, as I found out. And so the only people allowed to go in were the first responders. So the first responders come out and they're like, yeah, he's gone.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. And so the people I'm waiting for just kind of step over this body bag and get in my car. And I'm like, that motherfucker just died, dude.
And they step over him.
Pretty much go around him watch out for the dead body on the ground. Wow. Yeah, dude, wild shit. Like mind-blowingly wild shit. And I'm like, okay. So I have to know what the fuck. Well, and they're like, oh yeah, this is a sanctuary. And so I'm like, what does that mean? And they're like, we're a sanctuary city in Denver. I'm like, okay, proceed. They're like, yeah, the police have zero jurisdiction in there. And I'm like, so that's why they were they can stand out in the parking lot and surround the place, but they absolutely cannot go in.
Unbelievable.
Yes, so that's what sanctuary cities are, right? So now when you have sanctuary cities that when you know what the definition of it is, now you understand like how they can take over whole fucking apartment units and shit.
Well, of course.
Because there's literally have no police jurisdiction there. So that is what that means by being a sanctuary city. So that is what's going on within it's not like come here and work and be free and just be, as Kamala would say, fucking dumb twit. It's come here and take over literally like community centers, dude. And you could take over several if you were organized enough, and you don't need to be that organized. If the police don't have any fucking jurisdiction there, it doesn't take much to get.
Well, that's the whole issue.
You know what I mean? So now, like, what in the world? And of course, everybody in Colorado is just like, no way, we want more of that bullshit. Our fucking elections were rigged. We're rigged. Capital R, capital I, capital double G, ED.
Exclamation point.
2 of them.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, dude.
Or 4.
And so, anyway, Janet Griswold, Colorado Secretary of State, retard, disgrace. But anyway, that's what a sanctuary city is, and that's what we voted to continue to happen in Colorado at 7:01 p.m. on Tuesday night. Give me a fucking break, dude.
Nice.
Everybody with a brain in Colorado knows how crazy that is. Anyway, whatever. That's what was at stake. That's what's at stake right now. And now that Trump won, we're going to get to the bottom of that bullshit too. Trust me.
Well, I'm sure.
I hope. Right. So,
would you ever run for local office?
I would never win because I wouldn't run as a Democrat.
True.
So it's so bad right now in Colorado. We did elect Lauren Boebert, who is from my district now, apparently. She switched districts. And so we did elect her, so that's good, I guess. That's our best choice for a Republican in Colorado. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's some sort of representation. She represents me in Congress.
The question is, does she really?
Oh my God.
Does she think about Clyde Diesel?
I mean, probably not. Probably not. Definitely not. But her and I probably would get along well in a conversation, for sure.
I can see that.
Yeah.
If you're watching, Lauren, say hi to us, please.
Right?
Just once. Just wave.
Speaking of seeing some titties. Anyway, I got to double check. Make sure my old lady is not around here. Like, earshot.
Everybody
Come on,
who lives
titties.
in Colorado, if y'all want to go,
They know the most bluest, the dark blue state in the middle of the sea of red. Give me a break, dude. We're not that. Trust me. Most of us think like me.
Well, of course.
Probably. If you know what a sanctuary is, a sanctuary city, and that there are sanctuaries all across your city where literal thugs and gang members could just run with impunity in your city, do you really think you would vote for that? Honestly.
Well, Sally, though, dude. And this is true fact. Sally, you'd be surprised.
Well, apparently, I'm either very surprised that it wasn't rigged, or I'm very surprised that they're just retarded. But, I mean, the president-elect highlighted it. In Aurora, Colorado, they're going around taking over apartments. Like, yeah, that's Aurora. That's not even a sanctuary city. So that wasn't really a sanctuary, technically. And yet they still have no jurisdiction at that place. It's mind-boggling, dude. It's mind-boggling, man. But I guess if that's what you're into.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of people are some weird stuff.
Here's another thing, dude. So I'm going to Honduras in 2 weeks.
Right.
Do you know the population inside of the borders of Honduras is?
I do not, to be honest.
Men to women. Let's just use that one. Men to women. It's like at any given time, it's 65% women, 35% men. Because all of the working age men are literally in this country. Not literally all of them, but like a giant chunk of them.
Right.
Now, let me ask you. Is that fair for the society in Honduras that all their working age men are here working in the United States?
Well, no, they should be working their own country and building their own country.
Right. So without them, guess what happens? There's
Exactly.
a lot of neglected wives and children running around
Mm-hmm.
that are easy picking for
All
getting
kinds of stuff.
trafficked.
Right.
Kidnapping and trafficked, easy, dude.
Well, of course.
It could be gone without a trace, like the wind, literally.
Mm-hmm.
They could be gone in a second. So all of the protective people that could be helping that country be safe and build something, they're all here, which exacerbates the trafficking at a scale that you don't even want to know, dude, or even consider.
No, a lot of that
So
stuff is
what's
just
more racist, saying that they're allowed here forever, or telling them that they got to go back to their country and try to rebuild it? Hey, go back there, rebuild it. We
Mm-hmm.
appreciate what you've done here. We appreciate but you got to do it the right way. Go back to your country,
Right.
be a plumber, be a builder, be a road worker,
Whatever.
be a
Right.
truck driver, whatever. But try to build your country, because we got enough capable bodies here in America to do it ourselves.
Well,
Thank
we got.
you,
Yeah.
but go back home. I mean,
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, you can't just be like a complete fascist for saying that. So there's nuance to these black and white issues that we think we know so well in America. There's a lot of nuance, and we're not all fascists and we're not all racists, even the ones that want to deport most of them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go protect your people, dude.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And if you're a criminal, you got to go to jail.
That's for anybody.
That's for everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry. And honestly, to me, it's the more humane thing to say, "Hey, dude, gates are closed." You know, there was a massive, gigantic migration coming. There was like what they call the caravans
The caravans. Mm-hmm.
before the election. Like 2 weeks before the election, there was the biggest caravan ever recorded coming to the United States border to try to be here before the election. And the election happened, and they weren't to the border yet. And as soon as Trump got elected, the caravan dispersed and turned back around and went the other way.
Well, because they know what's about to happen.
It was closed.
Yeah.
Sorry, the moose out front should have told you.
There's a process to everything, and as long as you process it first, then it's. I have no
And here's
problem with that, but you got to
and now
do
you
it the
gotta
right way.
now you gotta go back and
Mhm.
rebuild, because the infrastructure is so terrible in these countries, bro. It's sad, man, because there's nobody to work on it, dude.
Well, no, they
You,
they
you,
try to.
it's hard to find workers here, dude. With with
Nobody
20
wants to
million with
exactly.
20 million working age men that just came into the country. And we still can't find enough work. Imagine what it's like there.
Oh, it's just even worse. I'm sure.
We're at a worker shortage with 20 million new people coming to work.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Imagine what their countries are like. Go back to your country and rebuild it.
Take care of your own people, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Totally. And I don't know what's wrong with that.
No, I don't either.
To me, it's the more humane thing. It's more humane to say that. Go protect your babies and your daughters and your wives and your girl, whoever, sisters, nephews, nieces. Go protect them. Go make sure nobody steals them and brings them on the caravan.
Mm-hmm.
Because under this Biden administration, they were coming with kids that they didn't know if they were their kids or not. They just
Well,
were
no.
in tow with 5 kids, 5 minors. Like, oh, there's 5 minors with this guy. He says that he's their dad. Like, okay, where do they want to go? Denver. Put them on a bus to Denver. And now these 5 kids, who God knows who they are, just vanish.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many of those vanished that we know of in the last 2 or 3 years? I don't know if it's 2 or 3.
Right.
Guess. Guess how many of those minors that came over with their quote dad are
I'm
just
sure.
gone within the United States?
I'm sure that.
Do you know what that number is?
Obviously, I won't know the exact number, but I'm sure it's high.
325,000 that just vanished. We gave them a bus ride somewhere, and when they got there, they vanished.
Yeah, we
We
didn't
don't
know
know where they're at.
Yeah. Mm.
That is a fucking dark number, bro.
Dude, that's insane.
That's a dark number, bro. And if you have Denver as a sanctuary city, what's going on inside of these walls?
Well, dude, that's
Darkness.
just imagine like New York City and California and all these other. I mean,
It's everywhere, dude.
exactly.
Take a 50-mile piece of string and draw a circle around you. And it's happening at a scale you can't even comprehend.
Well, no.
Within that circle that you just drew, 50 miles from yourself. Everywhere in America. It's dark, dude. It's the darkest thing. So what that number is, who knows? Who knows that
Well,
are in slavery right now, but it's
we
not
won't ever
zero,
know.
dude.
No.
It's not zero.
No, we won't ever know that number.
We can't know because they don't even let the police go into these sanctuaries.
Mm-mm.
It's fucking dark, homie.
Sad.
I don't know. Not to get into like a weird, but that's what was at stake right now, man. That's what's at stake right now in the world,
Well, yeah.
in our world, in our country. The stakes were so fucking high for this election, dude. And I feel like for the first time in years that I can be optimistic about our future as a world.
I have better hopes now than I did had it turned the other route.
100%, dude. 100. Can you imagine, bro?
No.
We would have full on censorship right now.
Dude, I think we'll have worse than that.
There's going to be so much disclosure in the coming months and years. Have you seen who Trump's putting in charge of some of these, like the Department of National Intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
He's putting Tulsi Gabbard in charge of that.
Mm-hmm. I like his choices.
Such a great pick, dude. God bless her. She's gonna do her job. She's gonna go in and be like, clean house, clean it out.
I think he's got a lot of people that's going to clean house.
It's the Avengers, dude. The real life Avengers are coming to the White House with the richest man in the world that can catch rockets, for Christ's sake.
Mm-hmm.
He's the real Iron Man, dude. Tulsi's the real Captain America.
No, it's going to be an interesting first year, and definitely the remaining 3 after that.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, dude. There's gonna be so much disclosure. We're gonna start being like, unless you're completely blind or don't want to see, there's gonna be everything out. It's gonna be more clear in the coming years. There's gonna be a lot more disclosure, a lot more transparency at the government level. God bless America again. Thank God. Thank you, God.
For real, though.
And it's better. It's better now that Trump is the president again now, moving into the next 4 years, as it would have been the last 4 years.
I still think the 20 election wasn't legit, but I will say this. I like it now.
Right. It's better that Trump's president today.
Yes.
Well, president-elect today, moving forward. God protect him from assassins' bullets. or the Ides of March or whatever might be in
Yeah.
store for that man. But God protect him and God save America at this point.
Yeah, we're not out of the woodshed. I mean, we got the leader that can do it, but
The leaders, dude.
yeah.
I didn't vote for Trump for the man Trump, dude. I voted for Trump because he's got the literal Avengers with him.
Well, of course. Yeah.
You know
I
what I
like
mean?
that.
He comes with Robert Kennedy and Elon Musk and Tulsi Gabbard and JD Vance. The real life Avengers, man.
No, it'd be a good years. Next 4 years be very, very good, I think.
Yes, we're in good hands with America right now. We're in good we're gonna be better in the future. I don't care if he's a dictator. I don't give a shit. As long as you're done in 4 years, thank you for your service.
Well, of course.
We gotta do something about sanctuary cities in my fucking state. We got a lot of work to do, man. We got to clean up a big giant mess. A big giant scary dark mess.
No, people don't realize, unfortunately, and you can play any route you wanted to, but this election was crucial. And if you were voting just because you don't like Trump because the media says so, or this, that, and something else, I hope that you realize what was out to get you and your family.
Well, we're the media now.
Well, of course.
The legacy media is broken. It's done. Nobody's watching it anymore. It's over. It's podcasts are the way of the future. The long form conversations. That's what this country will be founded on going forward. That's where we're going to get our news. Joe Rogan, another one of the Avengers.
Dude, Joe Rogan, I like.
Oh my god, dude, he's literally a national treasure. He's an Avenger. Without Joe Rogan, where are we, dude? Honestly, in Honduras they don't have Joe Rogan.
Well,
There's no
no.
Joe Rogan in Honduras. And I look at everything from that lens, right? Because I see, like, from that perspective, I understand the mentality of why people would want to come here and would risk their lives to
Well,
come
of
here.
course.
And if there's an open gate and they know they're getting in, Vamonos.
Well,
I
yeah.
get it. 1,000% I get it. So I look at everything in that lens of Honduras, right? And I see, like, they don't have a Joe Rogan. They don't have somebody telling them the truth. Like, listen to me. I'm going to find everybody. We're going to interview them for 3 hours, and we're going to figure out who's bullshitting us and who's for real and what we need to listen to. And you get to find, and that's the thing. Kamala didn't want to go on Joe Rogan because she wanted to dictate terms. And he's like, that's not what I do here. How many people have seen the Joe Rogan Trump interview?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many impressions that has just on Elon and Joe Rogan's X accounts? It has like over a billion impressions. A billion eyes have seen some sort of that conversation. 1 billion. That's that's bigger than all of media combined.
Well, absolutely.
Imagine that. So that's what we have now. Now you have free speech.
Right.
Now you have the freedom to find who is corrupt, because Kamala couldn't go on Joe Rogan for 3 hours. We would have found her out. She was paying all these people to endorse her.
Mm-hmm.
Tens of millions of dollars. And we knew it was bullshit. We saw
Well,
right through it.
Of course.
And so that's what's at stake, dude. Now we have, and Honduras. So if Honduras had a Joe Rogan, their communities would probably be starting to get their shit together. He wants you to eat well. What are we eating? What are we working out? Are we getting in the sauna? Are we getting in the cold plunge? Whatever. Take just a little bit. Are there UFOs? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Start talking. Start a conversation. Get eyeballs on you. Get eyeballs on the people that are the experts, or the people that claim to be experts and see through their bullshit in 3.5 hours. Or in 1 hour, as it were, with Kamala. It would have taken 1 hour to see that she's a complete mess. Are you kidding me? So she couldn't do Rogan? She wouldn't do Rogan, but she would pay Oprah $1 million to do her show.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we had. And so now that Trump's in office, dude, the Avengers are in office, are taking office again. The Avengers. The whole world went, okay, we're no longer going to be targeting vessels, the Houthis in Yemen.
Well,
We're no longer going to be targeting vessels in the Yellow Sea or the Red Sea, wherever they're at. By all means, continue your trade. We're good.
Yep.
Yeah, we're no longer going to be doing that. And now Hamas is being like, nope, no more Hamas. We don't want anything to do with you.
Mm.
Everybody's separating themselves from that. All of a sudden, the caravan, just literally the largest caravan ever seen, maybe the largest migratory caravan the world has ever seen. One of them, arguably, in that conversation, just disintegrated. They turned around and went back.
Well, we got the leader of peace.
Well, yeah, it's a different feel. The world feels like, oh yeah, we got to go back. time to go back to normal ish, whatever that means.
I don't think we'll ever get back to normal. I think to an extent, I think we will, but going back to that, I think in a way we're back to 2020 all over again, for the exception of, or 2016, when Trump took office then, or I guess 2017.
But we're not. We're way. We're farther than that. So COVID was that catalyst that turned the ship. The whole world was like, we are being bullshit, dude, and I'm sick of it. We're being gaslit at every turn. And we need the truth. And who was the truth during that whole thing? 2020, starting in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the only people telling the truth? Joe Rogan, by the way. That guy told the truth. And now you're starting to see the truth, and you're like, oh, I get it now. And then Elon bought Twitter for the truth.
Yep.
Just for the truth. Like $44 billion for a company that was worth, what, 6, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course you take that deal. Would you make that deal? Yeah, I would make that deal. Yeah. I would make that deal. Yeah, of course. So now the truth is out there. Now we have truth. Now truth is, what's the word? Truth has currency. And now we can find truth. And it's up to us to be that truth, be the light. And we get to do that now. By doing these podcasts, you and me, we can do this and give it to people. Like, here, look at it. Find out what a sanctuary city is. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Come tell me that I'm full of shit, that's what a sanctuary city is. Tell me, please. Let me be wrong on that. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, of course.
But I'm not, because that's the whole point of the whole Aurora thing, is the concept of sanctuaries. What jurisdiction do they have in Aurora to go in there and topple some of these gangs that are going on in sanctuaries or perceived sanctuaries or whatever you want to call it? It's
What's a bit
wild, dude.
right?
And then think about what's going on. Where are the sanctuary cities? Chicago, New York, Philly, Denver, Dallas, Houston. All of these places have these spaces within their city that you can literally commit crimes and run into them and be in a sanctuary with
Well,
no police jurisdiction.
nope.
How fucking wild is that?
It's just
That's the
crazy. It's
Wild
just
West,
crazy to
dude.
think about.
Yes. Yeah. No, it'll make you like it'll wake you up in the night and go, all of the dark shit that I can ever imagine is going on right now in my city. And the stuff that I can't even imagine because it's so dark. It's like it bends light is also going on in my city. And it'll wake you up and you will go, oh my God, what do I need to do to fix that? Well, who knows? But the people who will know are going to be in charge very soon.
Well, of course.
So we have answers. We can at least demand answers from them on Twitter. We can go on Twitter and demand answers from Elon Musk, and he's a busy guy, but he'll respond if you get loud enough. If you make it trend, he'll respond to it, especially if it's one of these things. So
It's exciting next 4 years, in my opinion.
yeah, man, and so it's just gonna go back to like prosperity. Be prosperous. Go out and build something. Also,
Yep.
the Department of Education is getting dismantled.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be rethinking what it means to get an education in this country. So you and I both have kids, little kids in elementary and middle school, right?
Mhm.
You might even have a high schooler now.
Isaac is, yeah.
Yeah, Isaac. But middle school, you can rethink what that even means. There's going to be opportunities to rethink your own child's education. What does that look like? And there might be funds presented to you that you could homeschool your kids and be given grant money
Mm-hmm.
to homeschool your kids or homeschool ultimately, or what does it mean to educate them in public school? What do public schools even mean anymore? We don't need factories anymore. The way we do school is like if we had a bunch of factories. Well, that's all going to be automated by the time our kids graduate, bro, all of the factory jobs will be automated.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them, but a vast majority. We shouldn't be producing factory workers. The 8 to 5, the 8 to 3 shift factory worker anymore. And that's what we do. We put them in cubicles or in classrooms, and we put them at desks at their cubicle, and we tell them to rote memorization ultimately. Well, we got AI now, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck am I gonna do with memorizing shit? What do I care if Montpelier is the capital of Vermont or not? I don't. Who gives a shit? I can find that information. I have all that information like in the palm of my hand at any given second of my calculators. Shit.
Well, yeah.
I have AI. We have AI at the palm of our hand, dude. We have all the answers we ever need. We have to understand how to form questions now. We don't form questions. We don't form. There's so much information that we don't know how to analyze it. So what are we even analyzing anymore? But we're not teaching that in school. That's not what school is. School is rote memorization for some dumbass reason. So that's going to change in the next 4 years, which I'm grateful for. God bless that. We're going to be moving into the 21st century, finally, with schools and
Mm-hmm.
classrooms. Or not classrooms. The world is a classroom. The fuck do I
Yeah,
need to be in a classroom anymore? Go see for yourself. Go travel. Go down to Honduras and see what it looks like. While you're down there, write an essay. Do a podcast. Make a YouTube video. Whatever.
yeah, exactly.
You're the media now. You are the world. You're the voice of the world, and you have your voice can be captured in a moment's notice by the whole world. Be that voice. Go do it. Go. That's your school. That's now your school. That's what you do for school. Or build a business as a sixth grader. Get a sixth grade cohort and come up with a business plan. Write a business plan. Do the business plan. Give CEO and treasurer or whatever, and just give those jobs to these sixth graders and have them start a business. And by the time they graduate, their business, they're ready to either work in their business or sell it.
Well, of course.
Do you know what I mean? Rethink the way, dude, school is no longer sitting in a classroom, period. That's the dumbest way to learn. It's just that we're all still in the factories or whatever job, the factory of the basketball court or the football field that you're at or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's ultimately a factory. We got to rethink the way we've been told that's what we need to do as students in our department of our education is be factory workers, be 9-to-5ers. Go be good 9-to-5ers. That's what we were told. It's no longer that. That's not what the future looks like. So, I mean, we're rethinking that. That's going to be rethought and refigured out. What a fun time. What a fascinating time to be alive. Go build rockets. Whatever.
Well, I know the American dream's back, and
It is. But you got to rethink it, dude. We got to rethink it. We got to rethink what the American dream means anymore. And as dark as you can go, think the other way, and think as light, as bright as you can go. Think the sky, be in the skies. Think of how high you could build and how far you can achieve. What a bright light you can be. That's all on the table now. But it has to be done because when these kids graduate, most of the jobs that you and I started out with are going to be automated. They just are. There's not going to be very many jobs for that anymore. We're not going to be factory workers anymore. There will be factory workers. There definitely will be. God willing, there's a ton of factory workers in this country. But the truth of the matter is we're going to have to rethink what it means to be productive in this country. And that's a good thing. Embrace that. Challenge that. Make the next generation of kids build their own future. Let them. And that's on the table. So it's a good time to be alive. It's a great time to be an American, especially an American. And it's okay to say that. Mm-hmm. It's okay to say that you're great. You're grateful to all could get out to be an American, because I sure am. Full of gratitude. Thank you, God, for making me be an American.
No, I'm excited.
All right.
Not
Let's
that
go
it
run
wasn't
through some
4
walls.
years. But no, it's a good time to be alive, and I know probably longer show than we all expected, but it's a definitely a fun one, and
Oh, right on. Are we done? Ending on that. I feel like we should sing "America the Beautiful" or something like that.
this is where I need to figure out how I can what is it that how we can edit the music into the to the God Bless the USA. I need to
Yeah, you
figure out how to do
should.
that. I need to figure out how to
You
do that.
should. That's cool that you can do it, though, man. This is cool.
Yeah,
I'm grateful to you too, Mike. Thank you for having me on and let me rant and be silly.
where apparently Siri is on my phone talking. No, dude, I always enjoy it, and great way to kick things back off on the podcast, and no more than having a good buddy of mine, and
Nice.
more so, I call it brothers. So I appreciate
Yeah,
you, my
buddy.
man.
Of course, man. I'm grateful to see you again, and I'm glad your dad is doing good and your family is doing better.
Yeah, we'll get there, but yes,
Right on, man.
we're doing well, man, and
Cool.
hey, next 4 years gonna be fun, and we're
God
just
willing.
getting back started. Exactly.
All right, man. Well, thank you again, and we'll stay in touch.
Absolutely. You've been listening to the Air Attack Podcast, your home of the unscripted, unfiltered, 100% authentic. And listen to us all major podcast platforms. Have a great rest of your week and weekend, and we'll see you all soon. Be safe and be kind to one another. See ya.